start. So we are now on the graphical representation of motion. So we're now on quarter 3, module 2, week number 3. Actually, we're not yet done with the acceleration. So you have to wait for the recorded video for acceleration as part of our consultation. Okay? So, ito muna. Skip muna natin yung consultation natin, but we will proceed to our new discussion for the week 3. Okay? Okay, so let's have the MELS. Okay, so di ba, alam naman natin kung sinabi natin MELS, ito yung dapat nating i-focus. Okay, ito tayo dapat mag-focus in this objective. Okay, may I ask somebody to read our objective for this afternoon? Who wants to read? Yes, read first.
Well, create and interpret visual representation of the motion of objects such as take, start, and motion. S7FE LLLP 3.
Okay, so this is our, the objectives we need to discuss for this afternoon. Okay? Of course, we have specific objectives. Ano nga dapat nating malaman? First, you need to know or you have to determine which is the x-axis and the y-axis of a motion graph. Second, we must plot the points that show the motion of an object at constant x and y axis. Okay? Third, we're going to interpret. Ano ba yung sabihin ng graph natin? Okay? That shows motion of an object moving at a constant speed. And then we have to plot the points that show the motion of accelerating object on an x and y graph. And lastly, we have to create the x and y graph based on the set of tabulated data and the date charts. Okay? So before we begin, I have here set of pictures wherein you have to check whether this object is in motion or if the term is related or parallel doon sa describe nung box. Okay? So after that, you have to defend your answer. Okay? Let's have number 1. What do you see in the picture? On the picture. Ano yung picture na yan? Trees. Okay? Now, ang question. The tree is moving with respect to the sun. Gumagalaw ba yung tree with respect to the sun? Is it X or check? Okay? On your chat box, sa chat box niyo, write your answer. Use your chat box, okay? As part of our recitation. Okay? Chloe says X, Neil says X, Agaton says X. Okay, so let's reveal our answer. Okay, the correct answer is X. Bakit X? Sabihin, no motion. Bakit no motion? Who wants to defend the answer? Defend your answer. Bakit X? Anyone? Paano natin nasabi na hindi gumagalaw yung trees with respect to the sun? Who wants to discuss or defend his or her own answer? Bakit? Sabi ni Jed, because the tree is attached to the ground. Okay? At the same time, we still remember our previous discussion. Di ba sabi natin, for us to know if the object is in motion, kailangan natin ng criteria to follow. First, kailangan mag-change ng position. Okay? Second, kailangan nag-change ng direction. Third, kailangan nag-change ng reference point. Okay? Meron bang ganong criteria yung nagawa ng puno? Nag-change ba ng position ng puno? Hindi, kasi nga naka-attach siya sa ground. Nag-change ba ng direction?
No.
Hindi rin. Nag-change ba ng reference point? Nag-stay lang. So therefore, there is no motion with respect to the sun. Okay, what about the next picture? Who can describe the next picture? Anyone?
Umiiyak habang tumatakbo ang babae.
Yes, tumatakbo yung babae habang siguro broken-hearted siya or what. Okay? So, the girl is running with respect to the door. So, yung kanyang reference point na ginamit is yung door. Tanong, may motion or wala?
Meron, ma'am.
Okay, so write your answer. Check or X? Use your chat box. Si Cedric lang yung okay. Sabi ni Ivan, check. Sabi ni Vince, check. Anthony says, check. Okay, our correct answer is, of course, it is yes. Okay, so the girl has motion. Ito naman tayo, okay? So, itong girl, itong avatar na to, will travel or will run from here, from this end, going to that end. So, from this end, going to that end, it's 10 meter. Okay, so let's analyze. Sabi dyan, the total distance and displacement is equals to 10 meter. What is the correct answer here? Check or X? Okay, sabi ni Anthony, it's check. Ben says check. Neil, question mark. Bakit question mark here? Ivan says check. Okay? Very good, naintindihan nila. Our correct answer here is check. Okay, bakit? Sige nga, who can explain? Okay, okay lang.
Nag-iba siya ng distance at displacement, ma'am.
O nga, ang sagot natin dito is equal. Ang distance niya ay 10 meter, ang displacement niya is 10 meter. Sabi niyo, check, tama. Bakit? Who wants to defend the answer? Sabi niyo, tama siya. Okay? Ang distance niya ay 10 meter, ang displacement ay 10 meter. Nakalimutan na yata. Okay? Remember, kapag ang isang object nag-travel in one dimension, sabihin ng one dimension, diretso lang. Equal lagi ang distance at displacement. Kung diretso siya ang travel mula dito, diretso lang mula siyang or dire-diretso lang siya, equal ang distance at displacement. Tandaan yan, kapag one dimension yung travel ng isang object, equal lagi si distance and displacement. So in this case, our distance is 10 meter. Of course, since siya ay isang path o isang dimension lang, diretso lang, kung ano ang distance, yun din ang displacement. So therefore, your displacement is also 10 meter. That's why our answer is check or correct. Okay, look at this one. Okay, yung car. So, itong distance is miles. Ito naman ay hours. Okay, ano yan? Sabi dyan, the total distance covered by the car is equals to 20 mile per hour. Is it check or X? Check or X? So, sabi ni Anthony, check daw. Okay, sabi ni Vince, check. Ivan, check. Nako, mukhang yata nakalimot din. Okay, Neil. Sabi ni Neil, X. Neil, can you explain why? Who wants to explain? Our answer here is X. Bakit siya X? Who wants to explain? Define your answer. Bakit sinabing X? O, 3 points. Sige nga. The total distance covered by the car. Remember, ang sabi dyan ay distance. Tapos is equals to 20 mile per hour. Look at the unit. Mile per hour. O, anong dapat yan? Kapag merong distance and time, ano siya? Ano nga siya? We are pertaining to what?
Speed.
Yes, so speed. So, hindi yan dapat total distance. Dapat na nilagay dyan total speed. Okay? Or the speed of the car covered by blah, blah, blah. Okay? So, it's X. Okay, look at the path So, nag-start yung dot dyan sa start. Then, bumalik ulit kung saan siya nag-start. Ang tanong, the total displacement is equals to 12 meter. X or check? Okay, write your answer. Sabi ni Ivan, it's X. Sabi ni Anthony, X. Sabi ni Benz, X. Okay, Mary, okay? X. Why X? Correct answer is X. Tama yan. Bakit X? Anyone?
Mabalik, ma'am.
Yes, bumalik siya saan?
Sa pwesto niya, ma'am.
Okay.
Siya nagsimula.
Yes. Bumalik siya doon sa kanyang pwesto. So, therefore, ang displacement niya ay hindi 12 meter. Ilan dapat?
0.
Very
0,
good.
ma'am.
Very good. Okay, it is 0. Kasi bumalik siya. Next one. Okay? O yan, bumalik. Yung motor. Okay, the question is, the motorcycle is decelerating. Are you agree that the motorcycle is decelerating? O sinabi natin decelerating, mabagal. Sinabi natin accelerating, mabilis. Is it X or check? Okay, Neil says X, Louis says X. Okay, the correct answer is X. Okay, so the term here is decelerating. Diba sa atin sa acceleration, kapag negative yung naging result, it means the object is slowing down or nag-decelerate, bumagal. Pero, kung sinabi natin accelerating, yung isang object ay mabilis, sa tulad ng motor na to. So, hindi siya pwedeng decelerating kasi mabilis siya. So, we call that one as accelerating. That's why it becomes X. Liwanag? Maliwanag po?
Opo,
Okay,
ma'am.
let's move forward now. Okay? So, sabi natin last time, motion can be described by direction. Kapag nagbago ng direction, we can say that something is in motion. Pag nagbago ng position, pag nagbago ng speed, pag nagbago ng acceleration. But there is another way to describe motion. It is by graphical representation. So, not only on these four criteria, but motion also can describe by means of graphical representation. So, paano ba yun? Okay? So, before we start with the graphical representation, to describe motion, so let's study the parts of the graph. Okay? So, in math, anong tawag natin sa buong area na yan? Sige nga. Anong tawag natin sa buong area na yan? Anong tawag natin sa group? Bar graph daw, sabi ni Neil. Anong tawag natin dyan? We call that one as the grid lines. Okay? Pag sinabi natin grid lines, these are the lines that cross the chart plot to show axis divisions. Okay? So, meron para makita natin yung x-axis and y-axis, meron tayong grid. Okay, grid lines. Okay? So, the grid lines help viewers of the charts to see what value represented by unlabeled data point. So, because of the grid lines, we can see the data or the values presented in unlabeled data points. For example, anong value ng y, anong value ng x. Okay, so yun. So, because of grid lines, nakita natin yung value ng y. Now, always remember, okay, the vertical line, kasi sinabi natin vertical line, ito yung line na patayo. Okay? Yung vertical line, siya yung line na patayo. So, we call that one as our y-axis. Naintindihan ba? Okay? Patayong line. Ang tawag natin sa patayong line is vertical. Maliwanag po. Maliwanag? So, it is our y-axis. And then, the horizontal line, yung line na nakahiga, we call that one as x-axis. Maliwanag? So, vertical line, yung line nakatayo is our y-axis. Yung line na nakahiga is our x-axis. Now, para saan ba yung x and y axis na yan? So, this axis, okay, is represented by the types of variables that we're going to plot. Si y-axis, okay, ginagamit yan for the dependent variables. Napag-usapan na natin yan ng first grading. And our y-axis, ginagamit yan to represent our independent variables. Okay? So, paano yun? Mamaya natin i-categorize yan. Okay, so from this one, the red, ito yung origin. If sabi natin origin, yan yung intersecting lines, doon siya nag-start. Okay? So, dito siya laging mag-start sa origin. Now, from your left, okay, ang sign is negative. From your right, the sign is positive or going to the east. Okay? Okay, from the north or from the top, the sign is positive. And from the south, our sign is negative. Tandaan yan. Okay, now, what is the first step? So, we're going to divide the grid lines into equal squares. Okay? So, paano ba yung equal squares? So, bibilangin natin itong lahat ng square na yun. So, 1, 2, and so on. Kapag nabilang na natin, hanapin natin yung gitna. So, yung gitna ni y ay ito. Kaya yung yellow line na yan is the, what do you call this? The even parts of the y-axis. Okay? Same thing with this horizontal line. This is the even parts of the x-axis. Binilang natin to, lahat ng square. Then, natin. So, ito yung yellow na yan. This horizontal line is for the x-axis. This vertical line is for the y-axis. That. Now, let's identify now which is the x and which is the y. Okay, remember, our y is the distance because y is or the distance is the dependent variable. Okay, dependent variable natin siya. Okay, and your x-axis is the time because si x-axis natin, yung time, siya ay independent variable. Nagkakaintindihan? So, lagi yan. Ang x laging time. Ang y laging distance. Hindi sila pwedeng magkaiba, magpalit, mamamali kayo. Always remember, ang time ay nasa x-axis. Ang distance ay always nasa y-axis. Reason because, si x is our independent variable. And si y is our dependent variable. Now, let's plot the data. Ano nga ulit ang x natin? Is it the distance or the time?
Ilang po ulit tanong niyo, ma'am?
Ano ang nasa x natin? It is time. Very good. So, since alam natin itong part na yan ay si time, since lahat yan ay positive, dito tayo mag-plot ng dot. Okay? Since si time is positive, so let's plot. Okay? So, 0, of course, dun siya sa origin. Kaya siya red. Okay? Sabihin start. Anong next? Anong next? After 0, anong next nagpa-plot? Itong dot na to, ano magiging pangalan niya? So, 0 itong si red. What will be the next dot? Anong pangalan? 10. Okay? Ito ngayon ay magiging 10 seconds. Ano susunod? Magiging
20.
20. Anong susunod?
30.
30. Anong susunod?
40.
40 and 50. Ito, sobra ko lang to na. Sobrang ko to ng dot. Okay? So, since ito ay time, naka-plot na, itong time na to ay naka-plot doon kay x. So, itong time, naka-plot kay x. Okay? Let's plot now the distance. So, sabi natin, ang distance ay laging kay y-axis. Okay? So, since ang distance natin ay na-start as 0, kasi pataas mula, smallest to biggest. So, 0 to. Anong susunod? From 0?
50 po.
Okay, 50 meter. Kasi distance yon. Anong susunod? After 50?
100 meters.
Okay, after?
150.
Okay, after?
200.
Okay,
meters.
and then 200. Ito yung excess. So, now that we know kung nasaan na si x at nasaan na si y, ito na si x, ito na yung si y. Okay, now, we are now ready to plot the data. In plotting the data, hanapin natin yung magkatabi. So, 0 to 0, ito sa origin. Ano yung next pair? So, 10 and 50. So, you have 10 and 50. Next is 20 and 100. Siya yun. The next is 30 and 150. So, 30 seconds, 150 meter. And then you have 40, 200, and 250, so 50. Okay, so itong what excess na natin to. So, after plotting the dot, na-plot na natin, so we're going to connect the dots. Okay? In connecting the dots, makakabuo kayo ng line. Okay, in graph, bawat line merong meaning. Okay, so bawat plot ng line ninyo, may different meaning, which is our topic for this afternoon. So, we're going to interpret. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng mga lines? Okay? Now, so let's talk about the distance time graph. Okay? When we say distance time graph, the distance time graph shows how far an object has traveled in the given time. Okay? In distance time graph, we will going to see the relationship of the distance towards the time. Okay? So, paano ba yan, ma'am? Paano ba natin malalaman kung gaano na ba kalayo? Kung ano na yung motion ng object? Kung siya ba ay mabilis? Kung siya ba ay mabagal? Through, okay, looking the graph. Okay? Kaya nga our topic is all about graphical representation of the motion. By simply looking at the graph, we can identify if the object is moving slowly, if the object is not moving at all, if the object is accelerating or mabilis or decelerating. Okay? So, I have, assuming that we have graphed this one, nag-graph na natin yan. Kunwari, ito na yung line na nakuha natin. Now, let's analyze. Okay, this is the distance. Ano nga yung distance natin? X or Y?
Y-axis.
Yes, Y-axis. What
Y
about
axis.
time? X or Y?
X.
X. Okay, so let's analyze. What happened to the distance? Ano nangyari sa distance natin? Nagbago ba? Tumaas ba? Bumaba ba? Ano nangyari? Tumaas.
15 meters.
O, 15 meters na siya. 20 seconds, 15 meter. 40 seconds, 15 meter. 60 seconds, 15 meter pa rin. 80 seconds, 15 meter. Tumaas, bumaba, the same. Ano sagot?
Tumaas po.
Tumaas? No. Our distance is the same. Hindi siya pagpataas, ibig sabihin ng pataas, pag ganyan siya, nagbabago. Okay? Since siya ay hindi naman nagbago, straight line, the same yun. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, your distance is do not change. Hindi siya nagbago. But your time, look at the time. Nag-start siya from 0, 20, 40, 60, 80. Nag-increase, diba? Tumaas siya. From 20 going to 80. So, increasing to the right. So, anong ibig sabihin? What is the interpretation? The interpretation is that the car is not moving. Kapag ganito ang line, ibig sabihin, yung car is not moving or it is at rest. Ma'am, bakit mo nasabi na it is at rest? Because, ang clue words natin dyan is itong horizontal line. O sinabi natin horizontal line, yan yung line na nakahiga. Bakit mo nasabi ng horizontal line? Tingnan nyo. At 20 seconds, ano ang distance ni car? Anyone? Ano ang distance ni car? 15. At 40 seconds, ano ang distance ni car? 15 pa rin. O, at 80 seconds, ano ang distance ni car?
15 meters.
15 meters. So, ibig sabihin, if we're going to analyze, yung car, although 15 meters siya, nandiyan siya, pero hindi siya gumagalaw. Okay? So, 80 seconds na 15 meter pa rin. So, ibig sabihin, the car is really not moving or it is at rest. Okay? Nagkakaintindihan? Nagkakaintindihan? Okay, let's move now with the another graph. Look at the car. Okay? Okay. So, from here, ito yung origin niya. Start, papunta siya doon. So, let's analyze. Ano ang nangyari sa distance?
Nag-moving po siya.
Increase po. Okay. Nag-increase. Pag sinabing increase, tumaas. Kasi from 5, naging 25. From 5, ito na si car, naging 25 na siya. What happened to the time?
Nag-increase din po.
Okay. Nag-increase going to the right. So, therefore, if we're going to interpret this one, this car is traveling at constant speed. Okay? Bakit natin nasabi na constant speed? Because of the straight line. Ito yun. On the graph. Kung sinabi natin constant, hindi nagbabago. Okay? So, whatever, kung siya ay 80 seconds, the same speed pa rin yung motion niya. Okay? So, if an object is moving at constant speed, it means it has seen increased distance in a given time. Okay? Pareho lang siya. Nag-increase lang siya by 5. Diba? Ito by 5, diba? 5, 10. Nag-increase lang siya by 5. Ito din. Nag-increase lang siya by 20s. So, constant ang kanyang speed. Okay? Next. Look at this one. Oops. Yan. So, what happened to the distance? Nag-increase or nag-decrease?
Nag-increase po.
Yes, nag-increase. What about the time? Nag-increase or nag-decrease?
Nag-increase po.
Okay, nag-increase. Pero, it is on the shortest time. So, ibig sabihin, at 40 seconds, ang kotse ay 25 meter na ang tinatakbo. So, ibig sabihin nun, kapag ganyan ang inyong graph, ibig sabihin, the object are moving away quickly. Mabilis. Bakit mo nasabing mabilis? Because of the steeper line graph. Okay? Medyo mataas yung graph niya. Pataas. So, ibig sabihin, pag steep yung line, ibig sabihin niyan, yung object ay gumagalaw ng mas mabilis. So, pag constant, ganito lang siya. Patas na. Okay? Ikakaintindihan. Iba si steeper line. Pag mas steep, medyo mataas, the object is moving very quickly. Mabilis. Pero pag ganyan, na pantay-pantay lang, so constant yun. So, ang speed niya ay the same pa rin. Nakakaintindihan? Nakakaintindihan?
Opo.
Okay, next. Okay, this time, iba naman siya. Look at the motion of the object. What have you noticed? Merong curve. May pa-curve up. Yan, pa-curve up. Unlike with other line na straight lang, horizontal, diagonal, ito pa-curve up. So, what will happen to the distance? What happened to the distance? Ano yung distance?
Increase naman po siya.
Okay, nag-increase pa din. What about the time?
Increase pa rin po.
Nag-increase pa rin, going to the right. So, if we're going to interpret, okay, kapag may curving up, may pakurba, tapos pataas, ibig sabihin, the object is moving forward, pasulong, okay, with increasing speed, mabilis, okay? So, the line of this graph is curving upwards. Kapag pa-curve upwards, ibig sabihin yan, mabilis, at the same time, nag-accelerate. Tumataas ang speed, at the same time, bumibilis. So, yun yung ibig sabihin ng curving up. Maliwanag? Maliwanag po?
Opo.
Okay, next. Look at the car. Whoops. Okay. So, nag-start siya dito. What have you noticed? Ano nangyari sa distance niya?
Decrease. Decrease po siya, ma'am.
Nag-decrease kasi from 25, pumunta siya, naging 5 na lang. So, nag-decrease. What about the time?
Nag-decrease pa. Ay,
Nag-decrease?
nag-increase po.
Okay.
Increase to
Ito
the
ay,
right po.
ito ay increase ha. Sorry. Ito yung increase. Nakama yun ng type. Increasing to the right. So, kapag ganito ang motion, ibig sabihin yan that the car or the object is moving from its original position. Bumabagal, nag-i-slows down. Kapag siya ay bumalik sa dito, original position, bumalik sa dating pwesto. Pero, if ang motion nyo ay pag ganito lang, ibig sabihin yan, nag-decrease lang siya. Pero, hindi siya bumalik sa kanyang first position. Pero, kung ito ay dumiretso doon sa 5 meter, bumalik siya from original position. Okay? So, any graph na naka-form ng pababa, pagpababa, always remember siya ay nag-slow down. Slows down. Bumabagal. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes,
ma'am.
Okay, let's answer this question. Okay? I want you to use your chat box, okay, as part of your recitation. So, which line indicate rest or no motion? Alin kaya dyan ang rest or no motion? Write your answer in the chat box. On your chat box. What letter? What number? Ito kasi yan, dito siya nag-start from 0, umakyat siya dito. Tapos yan, ganyan. So, the continuous line. So, this will be line 1, line 2, line 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which line indicate rest or no motion? Anong line? Type your answer. Okay, dalawa po ang sagot ha. Okay, you have number 2. Tama
Dalawa,
yan.
ma'am.
Yes, dalawa. Tama yung number 2, pero may kulang pang isa. 2 and what?
5.
Okay, very good husay. Okay, the line indicates no motion is the line 2 and line 5. Line 2 and line 5, bakit kaya si line 2 and line 5?
Kasi diretso lang sila.
Yes, kasi horizontal. Remember, sa distance and time, kapag horizontal line, there is no motion or naka-stop. Okay? Letter B, indicates the constant speed. Alin dyan ang constant speed? What line?
Dalawa ba yung ma'am?
Isa lang.
Dalawa.
Isa lang. Okay, sabi ni Neil, it's 4. Okay, very good, Neil. Okay, our constant speed is number 4. Okay, paano siya? Pataas, straight line. Okay, very good, Neil. Okay, next. Our answer is 4. Showing back to its original position. Okay, so from here, so ito na, number 5, number 4, nag-stop, nag-curve up, tapos from here, going down. Alin dyan ang bumalik sa original position niya? What letter? What number? Type your answer. I'm waiting. Sabi ni Jad, 7. Sabi ni Neil, 7. Okay, so most of you got the correct answer. Actually, all of you got the correct answer. So our answer is number 7. Bakit nung number 7? Di ba from here, from 12 meter, bumalik siya doon sa 0 meter. Okay, sabihin, bumalik sa dating pwesto niya. Now, letter D. Object is moving forward with increasing speed and acceleration. What number is that? Moving forward with increasing speed. Okay, Agaton says 6, Vance has 6. Okay, very good, mahusay. Our answer here is 6. Okay, so pag moving forward, meron siyang pa-curve up. Okay, sabihin, tumataas ang speed and tumataas din si acceleration. Next, it indicates that the object is moving away at a very fast rate. What number is that one? Mabilis. A very fast rate. Ano sagot natin dyan? Kailangan pag very fast, steeper. Mas steeper yung line. Oh, saan dyan? Okay, so our answer, no, it's not number 4. Ang number 4 ay constant. Si number 1. Tama si Mary Valenzuela. Sino gumagamit ng Valenzuela?
Si ano yan, ma'am? Si Chelsea, ma'am.
Si Chelsea. Concepcion. Okay? Tama si Chelsea. Our number 1 is the letter E. Sabihin niyan, kapag steeper yung line, mas mataas. Okay? Ibig sabihin, the object moves away at a very fast rate. Okay? Letter F. Object slows down. Dalawa ang sagot. Sige nga. Saan dyan, line na yan, nag-slow down ang object? Okay, sabi ni Neil, it's 3 and 7. 3 and 7. Concepcion, 7. 3, 7. Okay, very good. Our answer is 3 and 7. Why 3 and 7? Sabi ko nga, so itong number 2, nag-stop siya, bumaba. Lahat ng pababang line, ibig sabihin niya, nag-slow down, bumagal. Okay? Now, letter G. What is the speed of line 2? Si line 2, ito siya. Ano daw ang speed ni line 2? Sige nga. Since, sabi natin, kapag horizontal line, no motion at all, hindi gumagalaw. So, ano ang speed niya? Write your answer. Sabi ni Vince, 10 seconds. Sabi ni Chloe, 5 to 10. Sabi ni Jad, 0. Okay. Okay, dalawa lang ata nakita kong tamang sagot. The correct answer is 0. Bakit 0? Diba? Kung sinabi natin straight line, horizontal line, no motion. So, sabihin, no motion, di gumagalaw at rest. So, wala siyang speed. It's 0. Nakastop siya. Okay. Okay, cause it's no motion. Yes. Wala siyang speed. Okay, now letter H. What is the speed of line 1? Ito yung line 1 natin. Ang kanyang distance ay 4 meter. Ang kanyang time ay 5 seconds. Okay? So, what is the speed? Ano formula in getting the speed? It is?
Distance divided.
Yes, very good.
Time.
Time. Okay. Distance divide time. So, what will be our answer? Sige nga. Compute for the speed of line 1. So, distance, ang distance natin ay 4 meter. Divide your time, which is 5 seconds. So, what is the speed of line 1? Anyone? Nakapag-compute na?
0.8, ma'am.
Oh, 0.8. Anong unit? That is?
Meters and meter per second po.
Okay, very good. 0.8 meter per second. Don't forget the unit. Okay? That is meter per second. Naintindihan po? Naintindihan yung distance and time?
Opo, ma'am.
Okay, let's move forward now with the, what do you call this? Palang. Okay, let's move forward with the speed time graph. Or sometimes, if kanina, we study the relationship of distance towards time. So this time naman, we will going to study the relationship of the time or velocity the relationship of velocity or speed to the time. Kaya ang tawag natin sa kanya is speed time graph or sometimes it's called as velocity time graph. Ito naman, si speed time or velocity time graph, it shows the speed and direction an object travels over specific time. Okay? So, yun yun. So, pareho lang. So, sabi dyan, the speed and time looks much like distance and time graph. Pero magkaiba sila ng label. Kasi, nako po, ito ay magiging, hindi ito distance ha, it will become now speed. Speed, hindi ko na-edit. Speed or velocity. Nagkakaintindihan? Kaya ang unit natin dyan ay meter per seconds. Okay, so let's identify na. Okay, what happened to the speed? Ang speed niya ay 5 meter going to 25. Ano nangyari sa speed? Nagbago ba? Tumaas? Bumaba?
Nag-increase, ma'am, to 25 meter per second po.
Nag-increase ba siya? No. Ang speed niya ay hindi nagbago. Do not change. Pareho lang siya. Diba? Nandiyan lang sa 15 meter per second. Pero ang time, ano nangyari sa time? Ang speed niya hindi nagbago. Pero ang time, ano nangyari?
Increase,
Yes. Nag-increase. So, from 20 seconds, naging 80. So, yung time niya ay nag-increase to the right. Now, anong ibig sabihin?
Pa, ma'am. Kala ko, ma'am, yung red.
Hindi, itong black. Itong black. Okay, ito yung kotse. So, ano ibig sabihin yan? So, kapag nakakita kayo ng straight sa speed or VT graph, ibig sabihin yan, ang object travels on the constant speed. Horizontal line iba sa distance graph, di ba? Sa distance, kapag nakakita kayo ng diretsyo, ibig sabihin, horizontal line, ibig sabihin, there is no motion. Tama? Hindi gumagalaw. Pero sa velocity and speed, kapag horizontal line, ibig sabihin nun that the speed is constant. Diba sa math, pag sinabi natin constant, hindi nagbabago. Sabihin, from 20 seconds, ang speed ng car is 15 meter per second. After 40 seconds, ganun pa rin, 15 meter per second. After 80 seconds, ganun pa rin. So therefore, okay, yung horizontal line na yan with the speed and the time is constant. Maliwanag? So ito ay constant, hindi nagbabago. Forward with the next one. Okay? So ito ay speed pa rin, ha? Sorry, hindi na-edit. Speed or velocity. Okay. What happened to the speed of the car?
Increase
Okay,
to the right.
nag-increase, increasing. What happened to the time?
Increase pa rin, ma'am.
Nag-increase pa din. So therefore, anong interpretation natin? Since siya ay, okay, may diagonal line, ito yung diagonal line, so ibig sabihin yan that the car is increasing speed and it is accelerating. Okay? Nag-i-increase yung speed niya at siya ay bumibilis kapag merong diagonal line. Ito yung diagonal line. Okay? For the speed and velocity. Okay? Pero pag distance time, constant yan. Okay? So, kaya sabi ko kanina, iba yung meaning ni distance time graph kay speed or velocity time graph. Next. Okay. So, ano yun yun? What happened to the speed?
Decrease.
Decrease po.
Ito, speed or velocity. Hindi ko na-edit eh. Okay? It is decrease. What about decreasing? What about the time?
Increasing po.
Okay, increasing.
Increase to the right.
Okay. What will be our interpretation? So same thing with the distance time graph. Kapag ang isang object ay nag-start from the top, bumaba siya, ibig sabihin siya ay nagde-decrease ng speed, bumabagal. Or siya ay nagde-decelerate, nabagal siya. Maliwanag? Maliwanag po? Naku po, lumabas tuloy. Okay, so let's answer, we have to choose the correct word. Kung sinabing natin accelerating, bumibilis. Kung sinabing decelerating, bumabagal. Kung sinabing at rest, walang galaw. Or constant speed, hindi nagbabago yung speed, the same. Okay? So, for point A and point B, yung bus, nag-travel siya from point A to point B. So, the bus is accelerating. Bakit accelerating? Kasi diagonal. Okay, pataas. Okay, next. What about from point B to point C? Yung bus from point A to point B and yung bus from B to C. Anong sagot? Is it accelerating? Very good.
Constant speed.
Yes. Our answer is constant speed. Okay? Kasi nga, ang pinag-uusapan natin ay speed and time. Kapag horizontal line, sa speed and time graph, it is constant. Okay? Pag distance time graph, kapag horizontal, no motion. Ha? Since ito ay speed and time, so it is constant. Next. So, from A to B, accelerating. From B to C, constant. Bumaba. From C to D. What is the motion?
Decelerating.
Very good. It is decelerating. Okay, next. From point D to E, again, from A to B, tumaas siya, it is accelerating. From B to C, nagpantay lang, horizontal, it is constant. From C to D, sabi nyo, decelerating, bumaba. What about from point D to E?
Address. Yes,
Address. Bakit? Kasi, siya ay nasa 0 meter per second. It means di siya gumagalaw. Wala siyang speed. 0 meter per second yung speed niya. So, it is at rest. Okay, next. Okay? So, from A to B, alam na natin yan. Okay? Ito at rest. Now, from E to F. Sorry. Nag-thank you na siya. It is accelerating. Mamadali siya. It is accelerating. Okay. Lang ha?